Welcome to this final and third stream on free SwiftUI Bootcamp. And today we are going to learn about navigation, all the quirks of navigation and how to fix them, how you can do all types of navigation in SwiftUI. So it will be a really superb one. If you know me, I'm a sucker for SwiftUI navigation. So I'm really into navigation and how to make it better, how to use it. So I've been waiting for this stream all week long. So this would be kind of my favorite of all. So today we are going to jump right into it. As you can see, we have our comments, chat, not comments, the chat right over here. And go ahead and say hello, or if you have a question there, just go ahead and ask them. I will try to monitor that as frequently as possible. And we are going to talk about navigation. But before that, I have an announcement. And let's just go there. And I want to announce that SwiftUI Camp is live. So I've opened the doors for SwiftUI Camp, and for those of you who are watching live here, or this code actually will be live for a few days, but go ahead and check out the link in the description for the link, and you can just join SwiftUI Camp for 50% off. This is a limited time offer. Also, I will be updating the seats that are available. So only 5 seats will be available. So first come, first serve. Now, what is SwiftUI Camp? And I can see a lot of people already joined. Hello, Agota. Let's see. Thomas, hello again. Yes, hello again. You came. Thank you very much. Yes, Agota, she is ready to learn. Great. Looking forward to today's lessons. So if you do have any questions, just leave them in the chat. Let's just go back to this nice page because I'm reopening SwiftUI Camp, which means that you get the chance to vote on what you want to learn in SwiftUI Camp. So if you just purchase SwiftUI Camp, then you will get the chance to say, okay, Alex, I want to learn core data, or I want to learn maybe SwiftUI navigation, or whatever issues you have or you want to learn, or maybe you want to learn data structures or algorithms. Now, here you will see why you actually need a coach. Well, basically, if you are following along the YouTube channel, you know who I am and what I stand for and how I teach. So most probably I don't have to talk about that. Now, what I would like to talk about is what SwiftUI Camp will be about. It's 8 Zoom sessions, 2 hours long each, and from that, half an hour, it's a Q&A. Now, I found that this would be kind of the perfect setting because 5 people, 30 minutes of Q&A on a 1.5 hour session, that's more than enough. So, and by the way, this was, last time it was 4 weeks, but we are going to make this happen for you. And also the topics. As you can see, there are no topics. Previously, we did have a topic. We created the iMessage app. We recreated that. But we are going to learn whatever the group wants to learn. And most probably, we are going to tackle most of your concerns, what you do want to learn. Okay. Thomas says, I signed up for the camp. Hooray! We have then only 4 seats available. I will just change this after the streaming. So only 4 seats available. So first come, first serve. Thomas has already signed up. So good for you, Thomas. Thank you very much. And I will come back to you with an email where we are going to discuss what we are going to learn and what you actually want SwiftUI Camp to be for you. I know we already talked about this privately, but because you contacted me, but just so everybody knows how this will roll out. Once you sign up, and please use the coupon code 60 billion, do wait for that email that I will be sending you. And yeah, why 60 billion? Well, actually, that is the whole theme of these free streams that I've been doing this week. 60 billion is the amount that Apple paid out for their developers last year. So how awesome is that? And that is rising from 45 billion and 35 billion previously. So 60 billion, be a part of the 6 billion camp. So yeah, please do join SwiftUI camp. The link is in the description. So as a teaser, so what you are going to learn or how my teaching style is, I'm going to teach you today. Yeah, you are going to learn. I'm going to teach about SwiftUI navigation. And yeah, don't forget that 60 billion. Okay, so we left off right somewhere over here yesterday. And there's quite a lot here. But today we are going to tackle navigation. And for that, actually, I'm just going to clean this project. So let me just remove everything. So if you're interested what these files are, go ahead and check out the previous video. And also, there will be a link for the whole playlist in the description. So let us just delete these files. Let's just move them to trash. And let's see, do we have anything here? Yes. So let's clean this up real quickly. Now, we are going to talk about the navigation. So what we are going to do is actually create let's just go with here with text and whatever, so we don't have any errors. And there we go. We already cleaned everything up. Okay, so we are going to create some other views. And I will create, let's say, a root view. So let's create a new file and SwiftUI view, and that is root view. Okay, that would be kind of our root view. And I'm just going to add in here, hello, root view. Okay, so that's our root view. Now, usually I would just go into the content view and add something logical on the content view. I wouldn't add the text or navigation bar or anything like that. Here on the content view, I reserve this for authentication logic or showing a tab bar. So yeah, basically that is what we are going to do here. We are going to create a tab view. So right over here, instead of text, let's just create our tab view. So tab view, there we go. And we are going to select the one with the selection and content. Now the selection has a binding, and if you don't already know what a binding is, then go ahead and check out the previous video in the streaming series. Okay, so what we need here is a state variable. So private state. Yes. Oh. Let's just see. Okay, so I think now you should see the code because we had a little bit of, yes, now we can see the code. Great. Anyway, you didn't see me clean up the code. That's okay. Thank you so much for letting me know that. And yeah, what we have here, I just added this tab view. Thank you. Whew. It's getting hot in here. And I also created this root view. Oh, thank you very much for letting me know that. Great. So yeah, now we have our tab view. And right over here, we are going to have a state variable. So I have this code snippet. It's already creating a private state variable. And I'm going to call this selection. Okay. And the selection, it could be anything. Let's just go with 0. Now I'm going to bind this. So $selection. And then here is our content. Now inside the content, we can add, let's say, our root view. There we go. And now let's just have a tab item for that root view. And I'm just going to go with an image, and let's just go with system name and maybe home or house. I believe house. That is a valid system name. And finally, I'm going to tag this to 0. So the tab view will actually know that this root view has a tag of 0. So the selection is set to 0, so I will be presented with that. So now let's build and run, and hopefully we'll get rid of that error. Yes, yes indeed. And now we should see actually hello root view. Let's see. Still building. There we go. Hello root view. And as you can see, the house of the tab item, it's already been selected, so that's why we can see it. And it is purple because we set the app's default action right over here accent color to be that. So yeah, that's why we can see that it's purple and it's not blue. So if you haven't followed along the tutorial series, then it will be blue for you. But because we have already set this to accent color to blue, then that's why we have it right over there. Okay, so now I want to add another one. So that would be the root view. And let's just create a new file. And again, a SwiftUI view. Let's create another tab. And I would just go with profile root view. Maybe that would be better if we just change that to home root view. So profile root view. And let's just see here. Nihans Reddy says, thanks sir for such a wonderful session. Well, you are welcome. We are going to learn quite a lot about navigation, which is my personal favorite in SwiftUI. So yeah, let's just go back to the code. And I'm just going to have this hello world say hello profile root view. And while we are at it, let's just rename this to home root view. So then we know that, okay, this is for the actual tab bars. And I think that everything is okay. Let's just rename this. And in the content view, now we have our home root view. And what I will do is just copy this out and paste it in. By the way, copy and pasting code. I really like to copy and paste code as long as I know what I'm doing. So that is actually what you should also do. And I think person is kind of the tab item that we want here. And the tag should be 1. Let's build and run and see how it goes. There we go. Now the home root view is presented, and if we tap right over here, we are switched back to the profile root view, home profile. There we go. Okay, so yeah, but what if I want to present the profile first? Well, if we just change the selection to 1, which is the tag of profile root view, to be the default selection, then we will see that, as you can see, we have a profile root view presented automatically. So yeah, that is how you can manipulate the initial selection. And that is all about tab views. So yeah, there's one more thing. If you want to have for the tab views, now let's just go here and tab view styled, and then paged and indexed mode. Let's just go with always for now. Let's see how this actually looks like. And what you will see that it's starting out with profile root view, but we cannot see the tab bar. What happened here? Well, actually, this became a paged, kind of a paged view. If I swipe back, you see, we have a home root view, then a home profile view. And I don't know if we can see it. Yes, actually we can. If I just tap and hold right over here, it's going to just change between those two, and we have those nice tab items presented there. It's set to always, so we will see that. By the way, because the background is white, if I let go, we cannot really see that, but if the background were some other color than white, we would see these automatically. So it's not like I'm tapping and holding and then this would appear at the bottom. Okay, let's take a look at another comment right over here. It says, "Hi, love all your videos. You make SwiftUI look so easy." Well, actually, it is easy once you get a hold of it. And that's why I create all of these free tutorials on the YouTube channel. But if you do want to dive deeper, go ahead and check out the link in the description. And hopefully I will see you in SwiftUI Camp. And maybe with this tutorial series, I gave you an appetite for learning even more advanced SwiftUI. Okay. What I usually struggle with is best practices for data at state versus environment objects. I make it work eventually, but it isn't pretty. Yes, so go ahead and take a look at the previous video in the stream. Of course, don't leave now. Just wait to learn about navigation. But after this, after I'm closed, after I'm done with this video, go ahead and check out the previous one. It's all about data handling. And of course, if you still want to learn more, go ahead and check out SwiftUI Camp. Or if it's something that you want to check out, like a one-on-one mentoring, again, it's SwiftUI, rebeloper.com/mentoring, where you can meet me, only me, one-on-one. I think data handling is the most important part of SwiftUI. Okay, let's move back. So we have our tab view, and we learned about the tab view style. By the way, if we just set this to never, then the little toggle at the bottom will not appear. Okay, but I do want to see the tab view. And now we can go and, well, I would just change this back to the home view. And on the home root view, let's just try to do some navigation. So one obvious thing that you most probably know about navigation is that it all starts with the navigation view, but I usually just go and start off with a VStack and just add a padding so we can see better and it's better aligned. It has a padding, and I see that Cracking Code with Dave says, awesome, will do. What was thinking of booking you for an hour sometimes. Yeah, I will see you then on a mentoring session. I'm really looking forward. One of the hardest parts in SwiftUI is how managing data. So, and of course, it's one of the most important parts. So yeah, hopefully we will see each other in a mentoring session. So navigation link is something that you are most familiar with, or if you have heard of SwiftUI navigation, this is what pops up. So there are a lot of initializers right over here. There's one with a title as a string protocol and a destination, and then we have destination with a completion and a label with a completion. And finally, we have is active, destination, and label. And also tag selection, destination, label. I'm not going to talk about this today because, yeah, I have a better alternative actually. And I will talk about that at the end of the video. So make sure to just finish the video till the end. Okay, so let's start off with the easiest one, like the easiest one to initialize. So we would just have a string protocol, and I would just go and push. And yeah, I'm calling this push and present from UIKit. It's actually nothing that SwiftUI is all about, but pushing is actually doing like this type of navigation, and then presenting is this type of navigation when we are presenting a sheet or a full screen cover. So where do we want to push? Well, actually, this could be any view. So let's just go and have a text right over there of hello. And yeah, let's build a run and see what the current issue with this is. And let's just try to tap on this, and actually you can't. You see, it's grayed out, and I did this on purpose because something is still missing here, and that something is the navigation view. Now, if this were a lame old YouTube tutorial, then I would just go in here and just add in navigation view right over here, hit Command R. Let's see, now it is with the accent color, and I can just push, and there is hello. We can go back, and it does it. But this is not your ordinary YouTube video. I will just revert this back and put the navigation view somewhere else. But before we put the navigation view, I want to talk about what navigation view is. Now think of the navigation view as the deck of a deck of cards. Now it's just the deck. It's a holder of cards. So let's say if we added the navigation view right over here, it's not right because home root view should be one card. Now, if you add a navigation view inside a navigation view, what do you get? Well, two navigation bars. So what you want to know first is where is your deck of cards? Actually, it's right over here on the content view, right over here when we are creating our tab view. So what we are going to do here is have the navigation view added right over there, and then just go and move this home root view all the way up. And I'm not quite sure if we do need to have the tab item and the tags. I believe we do need to move them onto the navigation view. Let's just build and run. Sometimes you just need to build and run. And as you can see, no, we don't have that right over here. So what I'm doing here is just selecting these lines. As you can see, it's not really about start and end of line. So then I'm going to use Option Command and forward starting and ending square brackets. So yes, as you can see, they are moved all the way down. Okay, so let's build and run again. And now we have a home root view in a navigation. As you can see, now we do have this nice push, and we can just push there. And to make it more obvious, on the home root view, and again, this is going to be on the home root view because we are going to display the navigation title, and I'm going to use the one with the string protocol of home. And now it all makes sense that the navigation title view modifier is added on the home root view. The deck of cards, the navigation view, is all the way on top. Everything that comes after is a card, besides the sheet, but we will see that later on. Okay, so yes, let's move forward and let's see how that navigation title is right over there. Yeah, we have home, and then we can just push. And as you can see, it automatically moved, like changed the back button to have the title of the previous view. By the way, I like to call these pages, like the whole pages, they are still views, but they encompass everything on the screen that we can see. So I call them pages. If I sometimes just drop the name pages, then now you know what I mean. Okay, so this is how you can just simply push. Okay, but what if I don't want the navigation title, or I want to remove this back button? Okay, first of all, let's remove the back button. So right over here, well, actually, yeah, let's just go and create not just a simple text, because yeah, hello is really fine, but what we want to do is just create a new file. That will be a SwiftUI view, and I will call this like maybe home second view. Okay, and let's click on create, and I think we have another comment right over here. It says, could we archive a coordinator pattern could we achieve a coordinator pattern with SwiftUI? Yes, indeed, we can achieve a coordinator pattern with SwiftUI. It is really, really hard, but I have done it. Yeah, not to brag. Yeah, it is quite hard. There is a GitHub repository that I have created. Let me just dump really quickly there. So it's at GitHub, okay, and then dot, and you can add this as a Swift package onto your apps, and then just go right into the sources and just search for navigation stack. So yeah, here are the files if you want to take a look at a coordinator pattern in SwiftUI for navigation. That's it. Now, I won't go into this, maybe in SwiftUI camp, but yeah, we can take a look at this in SwiftUI. What is it again? Oh, you can't see. Oh, again the keyboard shortcuts. So let's just go here, and now let me just see that we just changed this. Yes, there we go. Sorry about the keyboard shortcuts switching from one view to the other. So there it is. It's at Rebeloper, the So GitHub Rebeloper dot and just search for navigation stack right over there. Okay, thank you, Agata, for again reminding me that you can't actually see. Okay, I will work on my keyboard shortcut skills. Okay, so let's move back right over here. And on the home second view, all I want to do is just have hello home second view. And on the root view, we are just going to push the home second view. Really nice. Okay, so yeah, let me just see if that will work. There we go. Hello home second view. And now let's remove, as I already told you, let's have navigation bar back button hidden. Let's set this to true. Therefore, we won't have any back button. So how can we go back? Basically, yes, that is what I want to teach you today. Let me just add a VStack first right over here and just move actually that all the way up. Again, Option Command and use the open and close square brackets for that. Right. So we are going to add a button actually here. So we are going to have a button and with an action and a label. And let's have a text of back. There we go. And an action right over here. So how can we actually push back? Now we are going to create, we are going to access the dismiss environment. Now I also have a real nice shortcut here, so I can just type out dismiss really fast. So it's an environment, dismiss, private dismiss. And now we can just go dismiss, and that will dismiss it. And you can do this on any view. It will just pop back in the navigation, like, yeah, popping back, dismissing. Okay, let's just see push and then back. It's doing its thing. Really, really nice. Great. Okay, so that is how we can dismiss. But there are a lot more types of navigation. So what if I just want to fetch some things from a server and then navigate to the home second view? Well, for that, actually, we don't want a button to be tapped. So let's just remove that. And also when this view appears, so on appear, I'm going to do some dummy fetching. I'm just going to actually wait a little bit. So dispatch queue.main.async after. Let's do some work. And right over here, I'm just going to go and wait 3 seconds from now. So plus 3 seconds. And now let's execute something. Okay. So this is the place when I actually want to navigate away. So let's take a look at the navigation links, other types of initializations, and I'm going to choose this one, is active, with the is active. So whenever we change the is active bindings value, the destination will be presented or not, or dismissed. Therefore, I do need another private state, and I'm just going to call is active. Maybe you want to call this is home second view active, but for the brevity here, I'm just going to call this is active. And let's just bind it right over here. So is active. There we go. Now the destination will be home. Let's just go home second view. And the label, again, let's just have it as push. Okay. So now, after 3 seconds, I'm just going to go and set is active to false, to true by toggling it. Okay, let's hit Command R, and now we have this right navigation. So push and back. Okay, yeah, I didn't wait for that. Let's just wait for 3 seconds. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now the hello home second view has been pushed. Really nice, right? So that's why you want to have an is active. But as you saw me do that, I just pushed right over here, which shouldn't be actually available. Again, because it has been presented, it appeared. After 3 seconds, we are pushing that. So the cool trick here is to replace this with an empty view. And now you won't have any pushable or tappable buttons. So you won't have the option to navigate away. And now we can just go back. Again, after 3 seconds, we are going to be presented because this toggle is actually on the on appear. Really nice. So let's see another comment right over here. Yes, thanks. Carola says, I really appreciate your effort in enriching our community. You're very welcome. Hopefully you get a lot out of this navigation tutorial. So let's switch back. And now I am going to wait so we can see that we actually do see. Yes, we do. So I have a little bit of latency right over here. We do see the code. Great. So yeah, that's navigation link, and you can use navigation link with the tag. I'm not going to go in there for the reason that yeah, there are better alternatives that I can share with you. Okay, so navigation link, that's one thing, but what about sheets? So let's create a sheet. So first of all, I am just going to comment this out. So we are not going to activate anything after 3 seconds. And let's remove our navigation link and let's create a button again with an action. And this time around, we are going to have a text of present. Okay, so now we do want to actually present a sheet. So how do we do that in SwiftUI? I know it's cumbersome, but if you are going to join SwiftUI Camp, you will learn a much better way of navigation. I promise. So yeah, we are going to go with the sheet is presented for now. And we are going to use the binding of is active. And yeah, we can just use the on dismiss. Let's just print out on dismiss right over here. And let's just type out this missed. Okay. And now on the content, we want to go home second view. Home second view. There we go. Really nice. So on the tap of the button, we are going to toggle is active. So as you can see, now it's really obvious that the data is driving the UI. Whenever is active is changed, then the view also is changed. And of course, I don't even have to talk about state variables and so forth. So let's tap on present. And there we go. Hello, home screen view. We can slide it down. Let me just slide that down. And if we present it again, we can tap on the back button and it's also dismissed. And I don't know if you have noticed, but we also printed out twice the dismissed because yeah, it was dismissed twice. So yeah, that's a sheet. Now, what if we wanted to have a full screen cover? Couldn't be easier for full screen cover. Okay. And the initializations are the same. Let me just hit Command R again. And let's just present this. What this does, you cannot swipe it down. But good for us that we added a back button. And that will slide that down. And as you can see, this mist has been printed. Okay, so yeah, that's sheet and full screen cover. Now, if you do want to support multiple of these sheets and full screen covers, you want to add them onto multiple views. So there is a little bit of hard work with these. So I highly encourage you to take a look at Dot, or I do have a product on store.rebeloper.com with navigation. So yeah, or just check out the YouTube video on that. It's much easier to do that. But yeah, currently we're just learning the basics of SwiftUI and how it's done purely in SwiftUI. Not that those implementations don't use pure SwiftUI. They do use. It's just SwiftUI all the way. Okay, so yeah. Also, you can just have this as an empty view as we did. So let's just go with empty view. So that's our label. And then let's just activate this after 3 seconds. So let's just do that again. Again, no button is seen. And after 3 seconds, there we go. The full screen cover has been shown. We can just go back. And again, because this has appeared again after 3 seconds, right? Well, it looks like it's not really working. Yeah, and as you can see, it's a little bit like not the way that we expected. So that's why I just created that navigation. And I will go deep into that in SwiftUI Camp. Now, let's take a break here and talk about SwiftUI Camp because I have just released SwiftUI Camp and I'm so excited and I can't wait for you to join SwiftUI Camp and learn a lot more. Actually, what you want to learn about SwiftUI and iOS development in general. It could be core data, it could be iCloud, it could be actually anything. After you make your purchase, and as you can see, here we have our coupon code 60 billion, because 60 billion has been paid out for Apple developers last year. You can, yeah, I lost my train of thoughts here. You have a 50% discount here. So yes, after you make your purchase, that's where I was heading to. After you make your purchase, I will sit down with you and talk what you want to learn, and that's how we are going to create a curriculum for all 5 people in SwiftUI Camp. Okay, and yeah, make sure that you take your spot because there are only 4 seats available as Thomas has already purchased 1. Okay, so yeah, and why do we need a SwiftUI coach? Well, actually, because, you know, that's what I do. I teach it on YouTube, and if you do like this, most probably you will like SwiftUI Camp also. And what will it do? Well, it's 8 Zoom sessions, 2 hours each, 1.5 hours of which is me coaching you, like explaining of what we, actually the curriculum that all of the 5 people agreed on, and then half an hour Q&A. So whatever you want to learn about you have questions about the current session or any other topics iOS related. And we do have testimonials because we did this last year and it was super exciting. I really loved it. And if you still got any questions, you can just contact me there. Okay. So let's see what else do we have here on the list. Yes, so we talked about tab view, navigation view, link, dismissing, and sheet and full screen cover. Now it's a little bit time to talk about alerts and the confirmation dialog. So let's just go back into our Xcode. And what I will do is just simply remove the full screen cover. And let's add an alert right over here. And by the way, I'm just, again, let's just dismiss, remove that, and then the text would be show alert. Okay, so let's create our alert right over here. And I'm just going to choose, let's just see, because there are quite a few again here. And let's just go with the simplest one, with the title, is presented, and actions. Okay, the title, like maybe alert, and is presented. As you might have guessed it, we are going to use the is active binding. So let's bind that with the dollar at the beginning. And then we have here some actions. Now, the actions are actually the buttons. So we are going to have a button right over here. And let's just use the one with the role of destructive. And the action will be just printing out deleted. And then the label. The label actually has to be a text. So yeah, just add in here a text of delete. Okay, let's see how this looks like. There we go, show alert. And you can see here we have our title. We have also a cancel button, which is really neat. And then we can just have this delete. Let's tap on cancel first. Nothing happens. That's fine. And then delete. And here we go. In the console, now we have delete printed out. Okay. So what else? Yeah, let's have another constructor for the alert because I want to add also some messages. So not just the title, but the message. So alert, and let's see, let's just type message. There we go. I believe, yes, it's this one. So the title, again, alert, is presented. Let's just bind it, is active, and then the actions and the message. Now, the message is a text. So let's just see, do you want to delete? Okay. And then here, I'm going to add a button of, again, the same button. So let's be real quick here. Destructive with action, print, and deleted. and again a text of delete. Okay, so let's build and run and see how this looks like. Okay, show an alert. Now we do have a message. Do you want to delete? Let's tap on delete and delete it. Okay, so these are the basics of alerts. Again, you want, and this is like with the sheets and the full screen covers, you want to have these alerts on separate views. So you might want to add in there a lot of text, and it's quite cumbersome. So I highly encourage you again to take a look at SwiftUI Camp, where we will handle all of this. Like we are just going to have one line of code. Like it's called notice, by the way. It's going to have notice, present, a title, description, buttons, and that's just it. And it's super, super fun and awesome. Okay, much, much easier to handle. But again, we are learning the basics of SwiftUI, which you do need to learn. Okay, so what is up next? Well, we can take a look at the confirmation dialog. And I'm just going to go with the title and is presented and actions for now. And the title is confirm, and is presented is binded to the is active, and actions again a button of let's just go with a simple button right now, and then the text of okay, and then this would just print out okay. Let's see how this looks right, because the confirmation dialog action sheet in previous versions of SwiftUI and in UIKit, yeah, and it's not going to show an alert. It's actually going to show a confirmation dialog. Now, actually, confirmation dialog confirm, it is not showing our title. How come? Actually, I don't really know, because I'm using again what I will teach you in SwiftUI Camp. It's a little bit confusing right over here. As you can see, I am also confused of why it's not showing up. But anyway, if we tap on cancel, it will just cancel out. And if we tap on OK, it will print OK. And as you already can see, confirmation dialogues, alerts, sheets, full screen covers, and using these, and just think about if you were using multiple of these, or if you do need to use multiple of these, they get really, really cumbersome to use. And not to mention the navigation, because navigation is coupled. So the home root view will present the home second view. So home second view depends on home root view, which I don't really like, because I like separation of concerns. That's why it's a good idea to use coordinators. Okay, so all of this you can learn in SwiftUI Camp. And I have just released this. I just opened the doors for SwiftUI Camp, and it is at store.rebeloper.com/SwiftUI Camp, and you can use this coupon. By the way, the link is in the description, so you don't have to type all of this out. And you get a 50% off. Now, first come, first serve. There are only 4 seats available, because I just got notified at the beginning of this stream that 1 seat has already been taken, and who knows, maybe even more at this point. So go ahead and check it out, 50% off SwiftUI Camp. And then after your purchase, I will personally get in touch with you to know what you do need to learn, and then I will create the curriculum for all of you 5 people, and we will meet on 8 Zoom sessions, 2 hours each again. And yeah, basically that's it. I'm really looking forward for you to see you inside SwiftUI Camp. And that concludes actually our free SwiftUI bootcamp. If you do want to learn more, go ahead and check out the other SwiftUI videos on the YouTube channel. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in SwiftUI Camp.